that leads us to the generational curses and how we can break those generational curses, as far as what was something that you thought that, just like how you just provided that example, that was beautiful, of something that you may have picked up from your father, but you end up breaking that generational curse. But was it really a curse though?
Okay, I'm going to be honest with y'all out there, right? No, it's not really a curse, for real. I think not being able to control yourself, right? Not being able to prioritize your family properly, not being able to make better decisions, right? Those things I think are the curse, right? Mm-hmm. For me, I think the desire or the appreciation for women, that's a natural thing. I hate that we can't even do that because we're married or whatever, but like, y'all are awesome. And I appreciate the fact that, y'all are awesome through him and through many of y'all. And, I also appreciate the fact that my mom gave me that extra drive to be out there like that, to be honest with you. I wouldn't change much about it because my behavior has not been destructive like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least I don't think so. If I have any kids out there, I don't know about them. You know what I'm saying? Call me. I'll be right by y'all. But I don't know.
Is more still around?
I don't know. I don't think so. I did a pretty good job. But
yeah.
So, Jay, you mentioned earlier about how the absence of your father made you become God for your children. And so I'm just curious as well. So do you feel like you started a new tradition in this case?
I think I did. I think my whole approach to parenting was a rejection of my, pretty much summary rejection of both my parents' forms of parenting. The reasons I would give whoopings or spankings, the conditions, the extent, the implements, all of that was like, I'm not going to do the way it was done before. I'm going to I'm going to have my reasons. I'm going to explain my reasons. So yeah, I think that there are some generational things that are handed down. I think parents are busy teaching us how to survive, and they don't spend as much time, or maybe they haven't spent as much time in previous generations teaching us how to love, or teaching us how to interact and develop these healthy relationships, whether they be with other partners or even with other adults. It did shape it. It did make me want to rewrite the thing. And I always, at the end of the day, I always look at myself and I say, well, do I feel like I'm doing a better job than the job that was done for me? And that's kind of just what my North Star is. I think a lot of parents do that. And I'll say this in Atlanta. I think a lot of parents choose to parent from wherever they thought the lack was in their home, right? I think they don't really spend a lot of time communicating with their original parent to figure out why that lack was there, what the circumstances were. Like, they're like, oh, my mom was never there. She was always at work. Well, maybe she was a single mom, so she had to work a lot. Doesn't mean that as a dad now, or as a father or whatever, you're not going to get a job because you want to always be there for your kids. There's like balance, right? But we make these emotional knee-jerk reactions to the moves that our parents made, sometimes just out of survival. And with the lack of communication and understanding, then we do repeat these cycles that become generational curses.
Wow, this sounds so nice and sweet, because I really just want to jump into this and say, let's ask the real question. Are Black families toxic? Because we've been talking about this, and we've been all nice. I'm feeling the love. Come on, are Black families toxic? That's what I really want to know.
Talk about it.
AF.
They toxic as
yes, Black families are toxic AF.
And be clear, that's not toxic.
No, it's not the good kind.
It's toxic.
Yeah. Toxic.
We're saying they're toxic.
Yeah, one's bad, one's good.
Absolutely. This is good. That's bad.
Here's how you know. First off, fights at Thanksgiving are now a regular thing. Right, the arguments, there are whole meme cultures on the responses to give to the aunties who talk about why you gain weight,
the clapback,
all the clapbacks, right? There's all that. Well, it's a thing now that you gotta take a walk, right? The walker's doing Thanksgiving. We know who you are. You're not fooling anybody. We know why you're walking, people. We know what's going on.
Me and my cousin's going to take a walk.
Right. Listen, I'm a former walker myself. You know what I'm saying? Now I just be like, I'm gonna be where I'm at. But my point here is, Black families are toxic. I think, like I say, I think we get stuck in survival mode. I'm waiting for that day when we can kind of rest and we're not just reacting out of fatigue, out of stress, out of frustration, out of sometimes disappointment and despair. And, not as the whole Black condition is all bad, but I know a lot of us are down bad. Y'all just gonna be honest, all right? Stop faking. You're down bad. And the other thing is, we're toxic because of our norms. Like, what does it mean to family? If I have a family member and they do me dirty, right? I'm still supposed to be family, right? If you fought me last Thanksgiving, I'm supposed to come back.
Yes.
Like I think that's toxic. I think the family is what family does. So I think parents are, so I think, black families are toxic. I think that our families have been fractured so many different ways, and we keep throwing them together, make these different combinations. And I think because we're trying to make a thing look like a thing instead of really looking at how the thing works, you are family. If I can trust you and you fucks with me and I fucks with you, even if I don't see you and we don't see each other, then we family, right? And if that's not happening, I don't care who your mama is.
I was ready to say, we don't got you on a tangent.
Sorry.
I support it, though.
Yeah,
I felt
I don't
it.
care who
I
your
felt
mama
it.
is.
My bad. I got a little more
here.
emotional. I really
No,
playing.
it's okay. I felt it here. I was like, I love it because black families are toxic
They
as.
toxic. Yeah.
So, but Devin, going to weigh in on here?
Yeah, I mean, I think, a lot of our families are toxic, but fun because, when we get together for the cookout and Thanksgiving, we got the ham and the turkey and all the barbecue. So it's toxic, but we're going to eat good. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I hope that when we have these toxic moments that we can say, you know what, that was toxic, but I'm going to always be there for my family. Yeah, me and cousin Ronnie got in a fight at the Thanksgiving last year, but if he come through this year, we're going to try to make up. And if somebody else come through that door and try to mess with cousin Ronnie, I got his back because our toxicity, we should keep it in the locker room. The big problem is it's out on parade for everybody to see. Because this toxicity was always there. Now we've got family beefing on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all kinds of stuff. So I think it's more on parade now. But you only get one family, and you got to try to not throw them away and be there for each other because we're all we got. And for me, that's what it gets down to. We're all we got, man. So, but don't fight me out for Thanksgiving. I don't like that.
So as someone who's all for throwing family away, like Thanksgiving dinner, bitch. It's like the following Monday, that shit's gotta go. Okay, some of y'all be leaving Thanksgiving dinner too goddamn long, but it's over, my guy. It's a wrap. It's like Wednesday still. I think it's still. Anyways, I struggle with the word toxic because I feel like it's overused. And I probably would have felt that way about this topic. But if you were to define toxic as not being able to thrive or survive or live in an environment, I think more people are finding that black families are toxic.